Good morning, students. Are you able to hear me? Am I audible to you? Bolo बच्चे? Okay, okay. So you can just go through the chapter, the last lesson. It's just a revision of the chapter. Go through it. We'll revise. I'll take up your doubts, and we shall discuss extra questions as well. Okay. Let the others also join. I'll just wait for 2 or 3 more minutes. So it's we are going to revise the chapter, the last lesson today, and the author is Alphonse Daudet. And what is the background of the chapter? As you know, it is the Franco-Prussian War. So what was the result of the war? Can anyone just elaborate upon that? Can you see? It's written Franco-Prussian War. This is the backdrop. So what was the result of the war? Gurnor, what was the result of the war? Who was defeated? Bolo? Yes, the French were defeated by the Prussian army. So what and they had imposed their own language, and basically we are here focusing on two districts of France. Which are the two districts? Alsace and Lorraine, and they passed into Prussian hands, and because of that, even their language was snatched away from them. So the chapter deals with various themes, and I've written some of the themes on the board. If you can see, it deals with the theme of sense of regret. Regret about what? And what do you understand by regret? Regret क्या होता है? What is regret? हाँ, किस चीज का पछतावा था वहाँ पे? There was a sense of yes, that they had not focused on their own language, and they had because of which they had lost the opportunities. If you can see the second point that I've written on the board, it talks about the loss of opportunities, and what were the opportunities that they had lost? Their own mother tongue. And when it was a time when it was snatched away from them, then there was a sense of regret. Then the chapter deals with one more important thing, and that is linguistic chauvinism. What is that? What is linguistic chauvinism? Bolo? It is imposition of a dominant language over the other. And what else? Can anyone just elaborate on this in his or her own words? Okay, this is also one of the important points in linguistic chauvinism. What else is there? Alam, what is linguistic chauvinism? Alam, that this basically chauvinism is feeling of superiority. Feeling of superiority, like we have male chauvinism, we have linguistic feeling of superiority, thinking of your language. So it is linguistic, so it is related with language, thinking of your language as something which is superior to the others. So here, just because their districts of Alsace and Lorraine were passed into French districts of Alsace and Lorraine. They were taken over by Prussia. So they imposed not only their rule but also their language. So this is linguistic chauvinism. They imposed their language and they snatched away their mother tongue, the mother tongue of French people from them. Okay, so I would be asking a few questions from you. Then, if you have any doubts, you can ask me, and then we will discuss some of the assignments. And anyone out of you can just share those assignments here, and we would discuss them. Okay, let me just ask a few questions. Let me just see how much you remember, because this is a revision of the chapter, and this is the chapter that we are done in detail. Actually, we've done all the chapters in detail and even the poems too. But let me just see how much you remember. Okay. So, when France thinks, will they make them sing in German, even the pigeons? What could this line mean? Will they, who are they here? And when he says, will they make them sing in German, even the pigeons, what could it mean? So it is not just from the through the example of pigeons. He is symbolically trying to say that you cannot snatch away anybody's anybody's mother tongue, and because this comes naturally to the person, and we all have a tendency of having this inherent love for our mother tongue, and no matter we may be subjected to foreign rule, we may be subjected to some other rule, but it cannot the language cannot be imposed upon us, and our own mother tongue cannot be snatched away from us. Okay, so he's just not just focusing on the pigeons, but he's focusing on the basically French people. Okay, what a thunderclap these words were for me. Who said this? And what were the words that shocked and surprised the speaker? What a thunderclap these words were for me. Can you guess what were the words and when were they spoken and what was the context and what was the surprise that awaited the speaker? This is a very important line in the chapter. What a thunderclap these words were. Yes, Kushpreet? It was going to be their last French lesson. That these words, that lesson was going to be their last French lesson. So those words were a thunderclap for the for little Franz, for the narrator who is narrating the story. And the context, you know the context. And what was the surprise that awaited him? The surprise was that what was the surprise that was going to be their last French lesson? What would that mean? That only German would be taught, and also, yes, German language is going to be imposed upon them, and also their teacher, M. Hemmel, would leave them forever because the very next day he would be leaving them. And this was a surprise. This was basically not a surprise, but it was more of a shock for Franz. And why was it a shock for him? Because, yes, why was it a shock for him? Just if we just leave aside this fact that he would not be able to learn French, there were some other reasons also along with it. Why was M. Hammel's leaving them a shock for him? Bolo? M. Hamill. What about his feelings for M. Hamill? Bolo? It was a shock for, yes, yes. They had not learned anything. He had devoted so many years of his life to this particular school, to this particular institution, but they had not focused on the language, and they had, and this was what the teacher had also said that that is the problem with the essays. It kept on just postponing things and for the next day, and as you know, tomorrow never comes. So that was the problem. They kept on postponing things, each and every one. The parents were not serious. What did the parents prefer? How do you know that the parents were not serious about their kids learning their mother tongue? Yes, they could earn money from them by working there. Okay. Next is how does the teacher, M. Hemmel, arouse patriotic feelings in the people of Alsace? How does he arouse patriotic feelings in the people of Alsace? He wrote something on the board, he gave them something, and I've given you enough hints. How did, how was he able to arouse patriotic feelings in the people of Alsace? Yes, they have the key to their prison. So no matter they might be imprisoned, they might be slaves of the Germans or the Prussians, but till they have hold over their language, it is as if you have a key to your prison. And he wrote something on the board, and what was that thing, and what did it mean? He wrote something on the board. Ha yeah. Long live France. And what does it mean? What did he mean by just writing that on the on board? That he wanted the people of his. Yes, yes, I'm able to hear you, Bache. What did he want? What did he want to mean by that? By writing that, what did he want to mean? What did what did he mean? What was the implication of this? Long live France. क्या बताना चाह रहा था वो ये लिख के? That he wanted the people of his country to realize something. And what was that? He wanted to arouse their patriotic feelings, and he wanted them to keep this thing in mind that they have to preserve their mother tongue, they have to preserve their identity and the identity of their nation as well by just holding on to their language and by remembering this phrase. Who was Hauser, and what was the effect of the last lesson on him? Hauser कौन था बच्चे? Who was Hauser, and what was the effect of the last lesson on him? And why was he there? And what was the effect of the last lesson on him? Where was he sitting? What had he brought along with him? And what was he doing? Bolo? He was an old farmer. He was sitting at the back of the classroom. What was he doing? What had he brought in along with? What is a primer? What is a primer? And what was the, okay, what was the effect of that last lesson on him? Patriotism. All the people, among all the people, including old Hauser. So it was, and he became very emotional and he was on the verge of crying during the last lesson. And do you have your assignments ready with you? Can anyone just share those assignments? So it says, I'm just reading it out. And when I passed the town hall, there was a crowd in front of the bulletin board. For the last 2 years, all our bad news had come from there. The lost battles, the draft. What do you understand by draft? Yes, written order of something. Okay. Then the orders of the commanding officer, and I thought to myself without stopping, what can be the matter now? Who is I? Everybody should know. And I should not be having the same students answering Malvika or Kushpreet or Abhay. Very simple. Who is I in the above lines? I is Franz, the narrator of the story. Okay. And where is he going? He is going to his school. And why is there a crowd in front of the bulletin board? That French districts of Alsace and Lorraine would move on to Prussia now. Okay, next. What kind of bad news is the narrator talking about? This you already know. Usually, when school began, there was a great bustle, which could be heard out in the street, the opening and closing of desks, lessons repeated in unison, very loud, with our hands over our ears to understand better, and the teacher's great ruler rapping on the table. What is great ruler rapping on the table? What do you understand by this? Great ruler rapping on the table. Just to make the children, yes, to make them quiet. Yes. Which school is being talked about here? Which is the school that is being talked about? The school of? Yes, which school? The school of M. Hamel, the school of France, the school of Alsace. Okay. So, and how is the school different today? What was the thing that France found different in his? Yes, it was as quiet as the school used to be on Sundays, okay, on or on holidays. What is the reason for this change? Everybody knows the reason is that that was going to be the last lesson, and French districts of Alsace and Lorraine were taken over by the Prussians. Identify the narrator. Everybody knows the narrator is France. Okay. Then the next is I saw my classmates already in their places, and M. Hemmel. Hamel walking up and down and his terrible iron ruler under his arm. I had to open the door and I had to go in before everybody. You can imagine how I blushed and how frightened I was. Why was he frightened and why was he feeling embarrassed? Yes? Who is M. Hamel? पहले तो ये Yes, as he was late for school and his teacher was a very strict one. And who is M. Hamel? M. Hamel is their French teacher. And what was M. Hamel doing when Franz entered the class? What was he doing? What was for the rest of the students? And he was walking with the ruler under his arm, the iron ruler under his arm. And was the narrator punished? Why? If he was punished, then also you have to tell why. If he wasn't punished, then what was the reason? He had dreaded that punishment, but was he punished? And if he wasn't punished, why? Wasn't punished, but why? Why was he not punished that day? As it was, yes, it was the last lesson of their French class. Okay, next is what a thunderclap. I think we've done this, but we should just see if anything is left. What a thunderclap these words were for me. Oh, the wretches. Uh, whom is he referring to here when he says, oh, the wretches? He's talking about whom is he referring to as wretches, the wretches here? किसके बारे में बोल रहा है बेटा वो? No, 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 not the villages. Yes. the Prussians, the Germans. That was what they had put up at the town hall. My last French lesson, why? I hardly knew how to write. I should never learn anymore. Whose words were a thunderclap? We've discussed it. The words of the French teacher, M. Hamel. Those words, his words were a thunderclap. Okay. And what is narrator's mood at present? At present, what was his mood like? Yes, he was very regretful that he would not be able to learn his own mother tongue anymore, and he hardly knew how to write. What was the reason that the narrator hardly uh, knew how to write French? What was the reason for this? Somebody else, not Malvika or Abhay, somebody or Guru, somebody else. Only the same students would be answering, then what is the point? जब मैं क्लास आपको पढ़ा रही थी तब भी वही बच्चे थे, अभी भी वही बच्चे हैं. What was the reason they just kept on postponing things for the next day, and the next day never came, and that was the reason that he hardly knew how to write